This offense has everything you need to dominate in Madden 26, including the best one-play touchdown bombs.
Oh, hold on, Swole. Hold on, Swole. Hold on, Swole. Everybody spam the Swole out, Swole evil. How did he get that? Swallow snapped with that.
That confuse even the best pros in the world.
Back to that sad face.
Inside for a touchdown.
An elite run game, plays to punish overcommitting defenses, and even elite red zone dots. So in this video, I'll be breaking down how to use the next evolution of my Trips X Nasty offense in Madden 26. This breakdown will even be in a high-level competitive game against a pro player named Dcroft. Who has made hundreds of thousands of dollars competing in both Madden and college football. As usual, the match we're breaking down had over $5,000 staked on it on 1v1me.com. More on them later. All right, boys, I really think the next chapter of Trips X Nasty is genuinely gonna blow your mind because the things that you can do in it, I have never seen any formation in my life be able to do these types of things. Now, Trips X Nasty, as you guys may or may not already be aware, I am running 4 receivers. Would I do this in MUT? No. Would I do this in CFM? No. But in regs, when you don't have the best tight ends, you want to run 4 receivers when you're using Trips X Nasty in the 49ers playbook, right? You have everything you need in it, and with a few motions, you could pretty much create extra formations. And remember, we're using short side Trips X Nasty, we are using wide side Trips X Nasty, and we are utilizing a new version of a doubles like Trips X Nasty, which you're gonna pretty much see in this debut video of it. And this is really what makes Trips X Nasty destroy the double mug meta. Now, in the last, I'm gonna say Trips X Nasty again for like the 100th time in the past minute. In the last video, I broke down how Trips X Nasty beats the double mug meta by motioning this tight end into the B gap and running inside zone. Now, usually you want to run it to the left because you get a faster handoff. But we're actually going to be using that same logic in this game to beat double mug, but also have pass plays so they can't overcommit with the safety. The other really cool thing that we're doing in this one is we're really focusing on just using money plays. Now, what is a money play? This sounds like the most bot thing on earth to say, but it's true. And they're plays that beat every coverage, every blitz, no matter what. Outside of maybe some specific match shells, but you won't play those very often. Now, why is it so good? Or why are we running money plays? Well, the reason you need to have money plays in pretty much whatever you're in, and not just coverage beaters, although I am definitely a proponent of using coverage beaters when you have the chance. Pretty much this entire channel was built off using quick bomb plays to beat the coverages you guessed your opponent were in. Money plays have a purpose. 2nd and long, 3rd down, 4th down. You need a play where you can't guess wrong. And this is one of those plays. The name of this play is motion spot wide corner, and we put a reverse wheel on our running back and then a post on the tight end that we stem all the way down and then drag our one and return the outside trips receiver. Now, how do you make the reads on this play? Well, your hot read is the post. If they blitz you, if they're in cover 2, cover 3, you can hit that over the middle because all of these players will be down here. And then you can actually take a peek at the bomb if you believe you're going to have the time. If they send 3, or if they don't have an insane pass rush in the 4DE defensive, the 4 defensive end double mug, which pretty much everyone's in, and the pass rush is almost always great. So you can take a peek though. Maybe you'll have time, maybe you won't. I would really only use take this peek, you know, if I'm in a situation where the bomb would make sense, like a 2nd and 1, where if you did have to throw the ball away because you started at the bomb, wouldn't be a big deal. But really, you're just looking here and then here. Your eyes don't have to move very much. And this is something Ron J, a Victory Formation contributor and a friend of mine, said is really important in Switch Stick Madden, and it really is so true. You make the hot read, really you're looking in this area very quickly, making the read between the post and the drag, and then you're just staring here. And you can make the high-low read between this wheel route and this return, because they're going to be right around here at the same time. So it's like a flood concept, but you're flooding the hook zone. So in essence, just a really good play. You're going to see this a lot throughout this game. The first time we ran it, it did not end up working in our favor. Now, it wasn't because the play was, incorrect. We actually did have something open. We're making this read over the middle. You could see the post is covered. although there's a lot of pixelation on the screen, the drag's wide open, right? You could see the drag is wide open, but we did miss the read. He might have been able to come down on it, maybe tackle for 2-3 yards, but the drag was open in the middle of the field for a considerable amount of time. And once again, he's in that 4 defensive end package, so his defensive tackles, which are actually defensive ends, are shedding like crazy in that nickel double mug formation. Before we jump back into the game, let me tell you about the resource top players are using to stay way ahead of the curve in Madden 26. That resource is victoryformation.gg, currently home to 13 complete game plans and 100 plus elite tips. Not to mention that our members are consistently dominating online, crushing their league competition, and some members are winning hundreds of dollars in tournaments. So not only do you get access to everything I use, but also schemes and tips from other pros and content creators. So if you're ready to join the winning team and get access to everything, you can get your first month for only $11.95 using code SWOLO. Now on 2nd and 16, we are pretty much going to call another play that we believe can beat pretty much everything. And this is the play switch HB wheel. Now, we've actually used this play quite a bit on the channel, and the way that it works is pretty simple. This out route is almost always going to be open. And in the chance or the case that it's not, where they have a cloud on this outside corner, the slot fade is going to be wide open for a huge gain. Because it usually means, if that's the case, if this guy's in a cloud, they're in a cover 2. But it's also an everything beater. Because if they're in a cover 3 or a cover 4, you only need to read this slot corner. He's going to drop to this hard flat or drop to this running back in if he's a hard flat. And if he's a curl flat, he's going to zone chuck R1 and leave this out route open once again. So once again, the out route's either going to be wide open or the slot fade's going to be wide open. But then if they blitz, you're probably like, okay, if they blitz and they're in man, they're going to cover both of these routes. They're going to cover this route and they're going to cover this route, right? And that's when you're going to have to make this hot read to this post. And in some cases, if they are in man and they're not shaded outside, like most people will normally just not shade, you can actually insta throw this slot fade for a big gain. So this is what we called here. He actually does have a cloud on, but he also mans up R1, it looks like. So we end up throwing this out route, and because it's just stemmed up half a notch, so instead of stemming it up with the D-pad, we stem it up with the left stick, we're gonna actually pass lead this down and still get ourselves, 3 or 4 yards. Granted, doesn't look like the best read on paper, and I probably would just wait for the running back there. But when you're playing that 4 defensive end double mug, you get screamed at really quick, even when they're sending 4. So on this play, very basic. You've probably seen this play 1,000 times. This is actually an everything beater as well. You're really reading, depending on if you think they're in man or zone, these two players first, the slot fade and the streak, right? Usually the streak, if you think this player is going to be in a deep half. This is your hot read against zone. But if they are in man, your hot read is this player. So you kind of make a quick guess, oh, are they in man or zone, right? But in essence, the safest read is to make the slot fade your hot read. If it's not, and you're staring at this streak, and they're in man, you're going to end up in a really bad spot because man coverage can do a good job of covering the delay, at least for the first half second when the blitz comes in, and the return obviously would be covered by man as well. What it's really good against though, cover 2, slot fades open. Cover 3 and cover 4, delay routes open. So it beats everything in that regard. And this return, unguardable. C2, C3, C4, return route, open. Always open. So what you're going to see here is we're going to call normal slot fade H wheel. You're going to see he is in a cover 2, but it appears he's manned up X and he's manned up R1. 2 really good ways to run cover 2. And I think circle may also be manned up. So it might as well be a cover 2, flat, and then man up across the board on this side of the field, right? So what you're going to see here is this return is going to get open late. It's open. He does show that he's going to cover it, but it's really hard for him to cover both. And what you're going to see is this delay route beats man coverage if you have the time. So we end up hitting the delay route, making it a 4th and 1. And on 4th and 1, we went to another everything beater. But once again, the thing with everything beaters is I could give any player a play that beats everything and they could run it every play. But the problem is if you're playing an elite switch stick or you make the wrong read, which does happen, or you don't make the right read early enough or late enough, you will not have success. And on this play, I actually made that mistake. I didn't throw the Texas when it was open. Like right here is when I should have thrown the Texas. Pass lead down. R1 is clearly covered. X is clearly covered. But I wait just a little too long and Dcroft gets a switch to him and then switches back to him in order to play the Texas route and knock it out. So 2 really good switches, and we do end up turning it over on our first drive. And trust me, you won't see much of that for the rest of the game. Now, Dcroft does unfortunately score on us, and we go down 14-0 early in this game. But luckily, this is where we're like, okay, although we're down, it is okay to play slow here. Although we're down 14-0, if we do run the ball, we could clock out. We could clock out the half, and we get the ball coming out of half. We could tie the game without him ever touching the ball on offense again. And what are we doing here? Something you've seen in my previous video, the last video I made, this motion. You motion this player here, and this will prevent this player from being untargeted. So you motion your tight end, in this case he's a receiver, into the B gap, and it'll prevent the inside linebacker on the running back side against double mug from coming in clean. And you're gonna see that's exactly what we do, and we get ourselves a pretty easy game. You're gonna see, boom. Really, really simple, really easy game. Then on the next play, Dcroft is actually not even fully hovering. He's not even fully hovering in this spot, so we just snap it. We don't even bother with the motion. We just snap it, and we know if we're fast enough, we can just outrun that defensive end. So you can see, boom, we just got ourselves 20 plus yards running inside zone again. And this is really one of my favorite ways to play. If you have a run that they have to overcommit to, it's really easy for you to, number one, pass the ball, but move down the field, right? As you might imagine. And you can see he sticks in this double mug. He doesn't want to switch out of it. And the people in it never want to switch out of it because they get such good sheds. If they get in dollar, you can run draw. And if they're in double mug, you can run inside zone. And if they grab this safety, it makes it really easy to pass. So on this player running motion slot fades, we have this curl route that we stem up 2 notches. So it goes about here. And your reads are really simple. You're going to quickly check if it's a cover 2 on this side of the field, which it usually is, and throw this streak with a inside pass lead. Then you're going to check down. You're going to look to the drag, and then you're going to look to the delay route. So it's 1, and then you're just looking in this area, right? 1 here, then here, then here, and then lastly, the curl. So you're attacking so many areas of the field when you run this play. It's the reason why I like it so much, and it's very hard if they're in a cover 0 alignment to cover everything. And you can see right here, we just throw the delay. Really easy game, right? The delay route on the short side of the field, completely unguardable when we have that flat. And now this is really where you see things get going. He doesn't want us to run the ball. That is obvious because he doesn't want us to clock the half. So what we're going to do here is we're going to motion this tight end over, and he's going to bring the safety down, right? Right here, actually, he doesn't. So we're just going to snap it and get ourselves, the first down. No big deal, right? So that's always great. But now he's realized, okay, I can't cover it in base double mug. So I'm going to have to use this safety. And he's going to grab this safety, and he's going to come down. And you're going to see, we're like, okay, you've shown me you're going to come down with your safety. So this is where things get interesting, and you can create some doubles-like pass concepts to succeed in the motion style of this offense. That is, I can motion this player here and create a doubles-like alignment. So if he drops this safety, he's pretty much screwed on this side of the field. So on the right here, he's screwed. And this usually happens to be the wide side because he only has the one corner and perhaps this player in a hard flat. So when we motion, so we're setting up our combo, we put him on a corner route, and then once he reaches the spot where we could snap the ball, he's just in a bad spot. He's going to overcommit, and then we throw this streak for an easy touchdown, right? Because once again, they have to overcommit to stop that inside zone with the safety, and it makes it a lot easier if you decide to pass. So you use the motion kind of as a bait to bring down that safety and throw a easy pass downfield.
If you like competitive Madden and want to make real money predicting matches, then look no further than 1v1me. Because not only can you watch live games, but you can stake on game outcome. With lots of options, including flash stakes, game spreads, and point totals, there's always action on the app. Some stakers are even making thousands of dollars on single slips, with top stakers making over $1 million simply using their knowledge of competitive gaming. Check it out at 1v1.me/Swolosimo or use code Swolosimo on sign up for a $25 no sweat stake. Now, unfortunately for us, Dcroft was able to score and clock the half. So we're getting the ball down 14 in this game, but we're still feeling good simply because although we didn't have the best first drive, we're feeling really confident on offense. You can see we went right back to a bread and butter play. And right here, we're just going to once again make the read. And in this case, we're not missing this drag. He only has 2 people here. He blitzed. And if I were to call another play, chances are I'd be taking a sack or throwing the ball away. But because this is a true everything beater, we're going to be able to make the read between this post and drag first, throw the drag, and get ourselves a 10-yard gain. If I had a little bit of a better speed boost, maybe it could have been a 20-yard gain. Now on this play, we're going to call high-low cross to the short side of the field. But we're really trying to innovate with these short side style of combos. So what we're doing is motioning this tight end over, really trying to get him to bring down the safety. In this case, he didn't. And this player actually comes in completely free untargeted. We weren't even able to throw triangle. You can see triangle's wide open. That's another first down. So we're just showing him like, oh, if we go to doubles, we're going to actually have some really open reads because he's preparing and setting up shells for Trips X Nasty, but we're actually pretty much setting up a doubles. Now right here, we're going to one of our staple and new plays. This is switch HP wheel. This is pretty much the only reason we're in the 49ers playbook to begin with. I'm actually full sliding to the right, untargeting this player, rolling out with Trevor, and just choosing to throw the post or run with my quarterback. And if they switch the post, I will look to throw this fade route on X. And you're going to see that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll out. I'm also going to double juke. Now, because Trevor Lawrence is 6'4", we get the best version of the double juke, and he's also pretty quick, so you could juke out free defenders. You can get an extra burst when scrambling, and honestly, it's just one of the best ways to get cheap, free yardage in this game, right? Especially if you have the personnel for it. So 1st and 10 from the 46, we're calling high-low cross. Another great play. The reason this play is so good is because this player pretty much has to be manned up or in a hard flat, which means this player has to be in a deep half or manned up. So you can make an easy read to the streak or the running back. Then you have this crosser coming over the middle with a drag and a return. Overall, really good spacing across the board because you're attacking this area, this area, this area, all pretty much simultaneously. And if they are in a cover 2, you can throw this streak with an inside pass lead. More importantly, not only can you throw it early in the play this streak, but if they're in a cover 2 with an inside third, so a cover 3 on this side, this inside third is going to drop to this short crosser and allow you to throw the streak for a touchdown. So what you're going to see is right here, he's actually in, it looks like a cover 2. Yeah, this is actually looks like man. He switches out. So I'm like, okay, our goal was to pass lead it inside, and he's completely turned his back. So I made the decision at this point to pass lead square inside. He double switches, almost gets us. It was a great switch, but he was just too far gone on that play. So 1st and goal, 8-yard line, we're going to flip our play. And this is the reason Trips X Nasty truly is a level above so many other formations. And it's the red zone. It's 10 times better than bunch. And like many other trip sets, you have so much at your disposal. In this play, we actually have our running back on a streak and an out route stemmed up 0.5 times. Now, from the 7 to the 13, we stem them up 0.5 times, but from the 3 to the 6, you just use a regular speed out. A hard flat or a cloud flat will pull inside. So if this is a hard flat or a cloud flat, this player here, he's going to pull inside and leave the out route open. And if he has a zone dropped cloud flat, he's going to be giving up flats galore to the sideline. So what you're going to see here is this player is going to pull way inside and leave our out route open. Good switch or good click on, but he still wasn't able to get there to Travis Hunter, and we get ourselves a nice, easy red zone score. Now, unfortunately, I feel like it's just really bad we have opened like this. He did score again, right? But once again, we are not feeling bad about how we're playing. Like on offense, although we had that unfortunate first drive where we were a little off on one of our timings, we're showing this doubles. And this doubles like alignment is really, really good. You're going to see running back open, right? It's like running doubles flex Y up close, but you have a speed table and a crab route. Now, when I say that to you, it sounds insane, and it's because it is. So not only are we showing that, hey, we could run inside zone on you and get a massive gain. You better get on the safety. But we also have so many good passing options. And we've really just been running, corner, streak, table, return, drag, and just flooding one side of the field. In this case, we're running inside zone. We're seeing he's not getting on that safety. We're going to run inside zone. And in this case, we hit a speed boost, hit another speed boost, and guess what? We're gone, right? He may have even pass committed there. So if he doesn't get on the safety, when you mix in that inside zone, it's going to be a monster gain. And we just had a walk-in touchdown right there. But once again, keep in mind, I want to think it's important here. You want to make sure that you are motioning him into that B gap, right? So although we motion our tight end all the way across when we're passing, you want to make sure you are motioning him into that B gap when you are running the inside zone. So you can see he's in the B gap, and that's why it was a one-play score. It wasn't as bad this time. We did hold Dcroft to 3. So if we could score here with 2 timeouts, we wouldn't actually be in the worst possible position, down 10 points. So we just went to a bread and butter Trips X Nasty call here. We got the crab route, we got the curl, and we just flooded that one side of the field. He covered the crosser, so we threw the crab. Big gain, and we got out of bounds, which is arguably even better than the yards we got on it. So right here, we're going to go right back to it. You're going to see we are going to run slot fade H wheel, I believe with 2 curls. This is an awesome play. This truly is an awesome play. The reason I like this is because the spacing truly is so good. This delay route has to be guarded by a shaded outside underneath hook zone curl. Now this hook zone curl is going to play the delay, but keep in mind, this is their best possible case scenario. They have to respect this stemmed curl and this stemmed curl. He can't cover both. And you're gonna see he doesn't cover both. We throw this one, and on top of that, we evade the player right on top of us and get ourselves a score, which is so huge in this tight game. And you're gonna see we just decide to take our PAT and go down 3. Now we had actually had a really good onside here. This is the speed onside. You're no longer allowed to put non-kickers or punters in at kickoff specialist. So I can't use my super onside, which I love, where you put like a linebacker here. But we use the speed onside, so we're flooding this area of the field, and we're trying to put the ball right here. So to do this, you get the accuracy meter here, and then your power meter about here, right? That's really what you're aiming for, and you're gonna see that's pretty much what I got. We got a little more power than we thought, but it ended up in the perfect spot. We didn't have a player tall enough to grab it though, and he grabbed the onside kick. So we have 2 timeouts though. So we need to stop. He can't get 1 first down. And luckily for us, we actually, on 3rd and 6, ran a very basic cover 3 buzz, got the sheds, and he took a sack. So in this case, he's gonna take 40 seconds from us and punt the ball. I didn't expect him to punt. So we have 39 seconds, no timeouts. And what we're gonna call here is motion slot fade. Really good play. You're gonna see we've called this a few times now. Drag, flat, delay route. Looking for the streak for an easy dot. This player pulls in. He's gonna play a lot of coverage, right? So right here, we actually have the drag. We throw the drag. And instead of going out of bounds, he kind of cut us off. So really good play by him by cutting us off there. So we pretty much have to hurry up. It's really unfortunate when you have to hurry up in these situations because, you know, you just end up in a really unfortunate position because now there's 23 seconds when I'm trying to snap the ball, right? Which is really unfortunate. So I'm going to hit play here, and what you're going to see is I'm actually just going to call high-low cross, trying to freeze the inside third on the left. And we have it for a moment. Maybe we could pass lead this inside, but overall, not looking too good for us, truth be told. So you're going to see we're going to hit play here. And what's going to happen is we are going to just end up throwing the ball away. 15 seconds left. And what do we call with 15 seconds left? We call a bomb. Now, Dcroft has run a lot of cover 2 and cover 2 hybrid. And that's a great way to play and stop bombs that are trying to freeze outside thirds. But what Dcroft did here is he manned up X and he manned up R1. But one of the plays that we labbed recently is out of 4 verticals. And the nice thing about 4 verticals is this streak from this receiver here, the outside most trips receiver, can be pass led really far inside, right? So if he has a deep half here, we're going to actually be able to pass lead it inside of the deep half. And you're going to see Micah Parsons got double teamed. He tried switching it, but look at how far we could pass lead this. And that's exactly what we do. Let's go back. Let's get no lag here so you guys can see the 4 verticals bomb in all of its glory. We snap, Micah Parsons double teamed, and we throw it to Travis Hunter with a pass lead inside, rat catch, and we get ourselves a score. We pretty much try to take as much time as we can. 5 seconds left, and with those 5 seconds, he just runs with his kick returner, and we end up winning the game by 4 points. So overall, really good offensive game by us. We introduced a lot of new concepts in terms of passing out of a doubles alignment, but it really does take the Trips X Nasty to the next level, especially against the double mug meta, where doubles really does excel. So if you want to see more Trips X Nasty action, definitely click on this video right here. This game is against Wesley. It's very run focused. And if you're looking to play Toxic, that is the video you guys want to see. Thank you guys for watching and have an awesome day.